What's going on, everybody? The Right Games here, and I just recorded this video after I just recorded my update video. I just figure, I might as well just make these two videos, get them out of the way, so we can get back to gameplay. I don't want to make this video too long, but basically this is kind of more detail about my shitty job experience working at a fast food restaurant. And in between, the update video and this video, I was thinking, you know what, like, it's not like my videos are mega popular anyways. It's not like I can get sued for saying anything, and I don't have my name out there or anything, so I should be okay. But anyway, the name of the place I was working was a place that I'm sure you guys all know for their chicken, and also for some controversy that they, were in, not recently. I think it was like a year ago. But anyway, place I worked was Chick Fil A. Now, when you think Chick Fil A, you think, good sandwiches, good food, happy people in the front. Well, that's the thing. I didn't work in the front. I worked in the kitchen. And behind, closed doors, it's really not really that much of a happy place. Hold on, I gotta kill this idiot. Anyway, before that idiot interrupted me. When you see Chick Fil A, you think, oh, it must be, good food, a nice, happy place to work. And this might just be my Chick Fil A that I worked at. It could be a completely different experience, at the one that you live at. But anyway, at mine's, behind closed doors, it was the kitchen of depression. It sucked. It really did. And let's see. Well, first of all, I told them I wanted to work part-time. And I don't know if they need hearing aids or something, but they didn't schedule me for part-time, even though I said part-time, and I wouldn't be able to work that, during the fall, when it's time to go back to school. So, they basically scheduled me for 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I would come in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I actually have to leave my house like at 1:30, because like I said in the other video, it was like 30 minutes away from my house. So, I had to leave the house at 1:30, get there at 2 o'clock, and then work there until closing time, which was 10 o'clock, but, can be, like, when we do closing time, like, we have to clean up behind the kitchen, do the dishes, clean out all the machines, clean out the fryers, do all that crap. And that would, usually take a while. Well, the first day I was there, I didn't get out of there till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was working machines. It was pretty stressful. I mean, I had to run 4 fryers and a grill simultaneously. And yeah, that was pretty stressful. But like, I mean, I wasn't looking for like a relaxing experience, but it was just pretty stressful. And then, I burned and cut myself, so many times while I worked there. Like, by the end of it, like, my hands, like, just, like, looked mangled. They just looked screwed up, man. It's that freaking frying oil, man. That shit hurts. And actually, on the first day that I worked there, I actually was cleaning out the French fries fryer. I was cleaning the oil out of that. Because, like, when you clean a fryer, you have to drain the oil out, and then you also have to, like, connect, like, this hose thing to the bottom of it and, like, clean it, use the hose, like, with oil coming out, and it's a hot hose. So, I was using that. I was cleaning the fryers, and I thought I was being pretty careful, but then I hit the corner of the fry machine, like, inside of it, and some splashed out onto my face, and it freaking hurt. Like, I didn't get any serious burns or anything, but it hurt really bad. Like, it got in my eye, and it was just terrible. So that was my first day working there. Second day was a bit better. I was just in the back washing dishes, doing my thing. Oh, and another thing, I don't think that this is supposed to happen, but they would give me a break like within 3 hours of me working there. I'm not playing with you guys. Like seriously. Like, all right, imagine this. I come in at 2, and then at 5 o'clock they're like, okay, go on your break. I'm like, what? I mean, I just barely got here for 3. I just barely got here. I don't need a break. So they would give you your breaks early, like really early. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, that was pretty bad. And then yeah, second day I was doing dishes. It wasn't that bad. And then for a while there it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I was able to deal with it. But I was just so tired. Like seriously, like I wouldn't get home. Keep in mind a 30-minute drive. So if we're done at 1 o'clock, then it takes me to come home 1:30 in the morning. Sometimes I wouldn't even go to bed till like 2 in the morning, and I would sleep all the way until like 11, and then in a couple hours I'd have to get ready to go to work. It just sucked. So it just felt like, oh, you know what, work, come home, sleep for like 2 hours, and then go to work again. It was just terrible. But anyway, so what motivated me to quit, the final straw, the straw that broke the camel's back, was when, because we had trainees there, because this was a brand new Chick Fil A that opened. So this was a brand new one, and all the trainees, they were gone. Not the trainees, the trainers were gone, and it was our first night, cleaning up by ourselves, like closing it by ourselves. So I was like, oh man, hopefully this doesn't take too long. But it did. Fuck man, this is so annoying. Sorry guys, I cut out my other video. Ugh, I hate when people interrupt me while I'm making videos. But anyway, like I was saying, this is a brand new Chick Fil A with, trainers there. So this is our first night closing it by ourselves. So I was hoping, oh man, I hope we get this done, pretty quick. Well, the day before, the day before, I was on dishes again, and I did it pretty good. I actually caught up the day's dishes by myself. But the only reason I was able to do that was because I was on dishes all day. They put me on dishes all day. Well, now, I mean, I wash dishes pretty fast, but keep in mind I need some time. So they're like, okay, you're gonna wash dishes tonight. But that day that I got there, they put me on fries, on doing making fries and distributing fries and doing all that. So I was like, oh god, if they want me to do dishes later, I really should be doing dishes during the day. That way I can do it as I go, and that way we're all caught up, by the time it's time to close. Well, they didn't listen to me, so they're just like, oh, it's fine, just go on fryers. I'm like, okay, whatever. And the thing is, when after like I would wash dishes and I put the shelves there, like nobody knew where anything went, and nobody really took the time to learn to know where anything went. I mean, I know where a lot of stuff went, so I would just put it away as myself, as I would go. But anyway, back to the point. I was doing fryers, and let's see, I was working fries from like 2 to 8. They said at 8 o'clock they were gonna put me on. They were gonna start my dishes. Well, 8 o'clock comes. I don't like doing fries. Fries is a very shitty area too. But anyway, I go to the sink, and there has been nobody doing the dishes during the day. So keep in mind, they expected me in like 2 hours to wash the day's dishes, which was just piled high, all kinds of dishes, you know, vegetable dishes, vegetable things that were used to make vegetable like salads, raw chicken dishes that they had, raw chicken and they were cutting it on and stuff. Some fried, stuff, some of the frying baskets and all that shit, just different odds and ends and silverware and, well, not silverware, but like, kitchen utensils, all kinds of kitchen utensils and stuff. So I had to do all those dishes before I could even start doing, the closing dishes, like which, would be some of the parts and stuff from the fryers and all that. So all those dishes were just piled on me, and I was doing them as fast as I could. And so I was able to get those done in 4 hours. 4 hours, from 8 o'clock to 12, I got those done. And so, I mean, they were starting to let people go, because how it worked is like, at first like everyone would be there, but as the more stuff they got done, the more people they would start to let go. Well, when I just got done doing dishes for 4 hours, my clothes are soaked. I'm tired. I want to go home. So I I noticed that a lot of people they let a lot of people go before me, and these people they weren't really doing anything. They were going around joking around, messing around. I mean, I have no problem with people having fun in the workplace, but they weren't doing anything. They were just joking around, talking the whole time. But they got to go earlier than me, who did dishes for 4 hours straight, with no break in between. And it was just ridiculous, and that pissed me off. And so I'm like, okay, and I wasn't able to get home till 2 o'clock in the morning that night. And I said, you know what, this is ridiculous. If they're gonna let people go who haven't even done anything, but somebody who's been working their ass off all day, and they don't let them go, you know, after I've done my share, after I did the dishes, which is all I was supposed to do, because afterwards they made me freaking do trash and mop and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I had to mop the whole kitchen because nobody else mopped it. So I did. That's another hour maybe. You had to mop it real good because sometimes raw chicken and shit would drop to the ground. So I mean, it was just, and then that was another hour. So that's why I didn't get to go home till like about 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was just ridiculous. And so I was like, you know what? I can find a better job that's closer to me, and I don't have to put up with this shit. So I just quit. I didn't like officially go in there and say, oh, I quit. I just called them and said, yeah, I quit. Nobody answered the phone. It was just a voicemail, and I said, yeah, I quit. If you want more information, just call me back. But they obviously didn't give a shit about me, so they didn't call me back. So whatever. And then I think they cheated me anyway out of my money because they only gave me $65, which I know. I mean, imagine this. The pay was around, I think it was around $8. $8 an hour. And imagine that. I was probably working 30, 40 hours a week. And, and for I got two different checks. The first check wasn't even full, like $50. It was like $49 and change. And then the second check, they mailed it to me, and it was $15. So I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not working my ass off just to get paid that much. But now I've found a better job that actually recognizes that it's part-time, 4 to 6 hours a day, not 13 hours. But anyway, that's basically it for the horror story behind my experience at Chick Fil A. And I warn you cautionally, if you want to apply to this place, I warn you, it could be very bad. Or just make sure that they understand that you're working part time. That's all advice I can give you if you're planning to work at Chick Fil A, or if you want to apply to work there. Because other than that, it really wasn't too bad. There were some nice people there, but just that, it was bullshit. So anyway, if you work at a different one, hopefully you have a better experience than I had. But anyway, this is it for my horror story behind Chick Fil A. So see you guys next time with some more gameplay.